let us now proceed with the question document. So first, let us discuss the movement. The movement of the question document is fast due to the irregular thinning and thickening of the strokes. Next is the line quality. The line quality pertains to the consistency of the stroke quality. So if we look closely, we can observe that the line quality or the line consistency is very poor because there are parts that are faded, there are parts that are thin, there are parts that are thick, and some parts are very distorted. So next is the slant. The slant of the question document is leaning to the right. So next, the alignment. The alignment is convex because the movement of the writing is going outwards. Next is the proportion. You can see that the proportion of the question document is unproportioned because the sizes of every parts are not the same. R being the biggest, the last part of the writing is the second biggest, and the second part is the smallest. So next, we will now proceed with the stroke characteristics, in which is labeled from 1 to 12. So first, the number 1, we can see that the initial stroke of the signature forms a blunt stroke. Next is the dominating stroke as number 2. The number 2 pertains with the measurement and the line quality of the dominating stroke, in which the measurement of the dominating stroke is like 22 centimeters, and the line quality is poor because it is not the same from the start to the end part of the dominating stroke. Next is the back part of the letter R. If we can see, it is forming a semicircle around, or semicircle that is leading to the right. Next is the V formation of the letter R. Here, labeled as number 4. If you can see that the V formation settles far top from the back. Next is the shoulder of the letter R, which is wide, rounded formation. Next is the pen leaf. So the pen leaf starts again and forming a blunt stroke. Next is the shoulders of the second writing. Let us first count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6 shoulders in total. Next is the foot of the writing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 again. So the total foot of the number 8 is 6. Next is the end part of the second writing. So here the second writing ends with the diminishing stroke. Next is the last part of the writing here. So number 10 pertains again with the shoulder. So let us count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there are 7 shoulders. And as to the foot of the signature, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8. There are 8 total foot. Next is the terminal stroke. So the terminal stroke of the full signature forms or ends with a diminishing stroke. Okay, so let us discuss first the standard document number 1. So here, it now outlays or it now layouts the different areas in which the examination should base. So the things that we have examined here in S1 will also be examined to other parts of the documents or other documents, standards, and question. So first, let us first discuss the movement of signature. Here in S1, the movement is fast due to the signs in which the line or the consistency of the thickness of every stroke is different. So there are parts that are thin, there are parts that are thick. So it depends. Next is the line quality. The line quality is poor since there is no consistency in terms of the stroke, the thinness, the thickness, and also there are fades almost forming a pen job. But there are it appears only to be faded. Next is the slant. The slant of the signature standard number 1 is leaning to the right. If you will observe the writing, it is leaning like that. So next is the alignment. The alignment of the standard document number 1 is convex because it is going outwards. So from here, going there, going there. So next, after after alignment, there is proportion. So what is the proportion of the standard number 1? The proportion of the standard number 1 is unproportion. So what does it mean with being unproportion? The parts of the signature are not the same size. So if you can see, the letter is the biggest one. Next is the last writing here, the third, and the middle part, which is the smallest. So let us now proceed with the stroke structure. So there are 12 stroke structures that are numbered in this signature. So first, number 1, the initial stroke has a blunt formation. So it starts with a blunt formation. Next is the dominating stroke, in which the measurement of the dominating stroke is 12.5 centimeters. And the line quality is very good. You can see there are faded parts and there are thick parts. So next is the back part of the letter R, the rounded part of the back part of the letter R. So it forms a semicircle. If you observe, it is observed in these tables. Next is the V formation of the letter R in this part. So it settles far top from the back of the letter. Next, the shoulder of the R, in which forms a wide circular formation. So here you can see the shoulder. It is rounded but wide. So rounded wide formation. And next is the pen lift. The pen lift, and in which the writers lifts the pen and start all over again. So the starting again of the pen lift forms a blunt stroke. Here, number 6. Next, the number 7. If we count the shoulders of the second writing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are a total of 6 shoulders. Next is the foot of the writing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there are 7 foots in this second part of the signature. Next is the pen lift again, or the ending part of the second part of the signature. So here in this writing, you can see that the writing again ends with a diminishing stroke. So going forward, we read the last part of the signature. We can see that we can observe now if we count again the shoulders, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now there are a total of 5 shoulders. Next is the foot. So if we count again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 in total foots. Next, the terminal stroke. So the terminal stroke of the whole signature ends with a diminishing stroke. So that's all for standard document number 1.
For the standard 2, first is the movement of the signature. The movement shows uneven thickness of strokes, indicating irregular pen pressure during writing. Next is the line quality. The line quality shows no continuity and is not consistent in terms of thickness of the pen pressure. Next is the slant. The slant of the signatures is leaning to the right. Next is the alignment of the signature. The alignment of the signature is concave because from here it moves upward then down to the last part. Next is its proportion. The signature is not well proportioned, meaning the letter sizes and its height vary in consistently. Next is the stroke structures, which is we have 12 stroke structures that can be seen and all of this signature. First is the letter R, its initial stroke. The initial stroke forms a blunt stroke. Next is the length and line quality. The length of the dominating stroke is 8.128 centimeter and has a good line quality. Next is the letter R shape on the back part. The back part of this letter R forms an irregular rounded circle. Next is the letter R V formation. The V formation indicates that the tip of the angled part of the letter R rests on the buckle nut. Next is the shoulder of the letter R. The shoulder of the letter R and the signet S2 forms an angular form. Next is the pen lift. The writer did not lift the pen while completing the portion of this signature. Next is the shoulder. The writing has 4 shoulders, and these shoulders are angular in form. Next is the foot. This writing has 5 foot strokes. Next is the pen lift. The pen lift ends with a diminishing stroke that becomes diminishing stroke in terms of becoming lighter and tapers off. Next is this second part. The shoulder has 4 letters. Next is its foot. The foot of this signature has 5. And lastly, the terminal stroke. The terminal stroke of S2 has a diminishing finish.
So I will now discuss the characteristics of our standard number 3. First, let's start with its movement. The signature here in the standard number 3 is written in a fast manner because, as you can see, it has a lot of angular strokes or angular formations, like this one and this one also. Instead of having a smooth curves, it forms an angular strokes. Second one is the line quality. The signature of the standard number 3 has a good line quality because the strokes flows naturally without hesitation and tremors. The next one is the slot. As you can see, the signature is written towards the right. And the fourth one is the alignment. The signature appears to be convex because, as you can see, the first part of the writing, which is the R, started from the baseline, then to the second writing it goes up, then for the last writing it goes down again to the baseline. As per its proportion, we identify the proportion as a the whole, not per part. So that is why it is not proportion. So let's now go to the stroke structures. So our first stroke structure is this one, the initial stroke of the letter R. It forms a blood stroke. And the next one is this one, the dominating stroke, which measures 11.9 cm and has a good line quality. For our third stroke structure is the back part of the letter R, this one. It forms an irregular rounded circle that moves towards the right. So next is the letter V formation here in the letter R. So as you can see, it settles on the top left of the buckle nut. Next one, the fifth one is the shoulder of the letter R, which forms an angular formation. This one. Next for the sixth stroke structure is this one. There is no pen leaf for standard number 3. Unlike standard number 1, there is a pen leaf. For the seventh stroke structure, this shoulder, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the second writing has a 6th shoulder. The next one is the foot of the second writing, which consists of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 foot. So next one is the terminal stroke, this one. It ends with a diminishing stroke or a flying finish. So next one is the shoulder of the third writing, which has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which has a 5 shoulders. And the next one is the foot. It has a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 foot. And for the last one, the terminal stroke of the third writing, it also ends with a diminishing stroke or a flying finish.
So we are here to discuss the signatures. So in standard form, the movement is fast, and then the line quality appears to be poor. So you can see there is the irregular filling of the ink of the ball pen, and then the slant, the signature, the letter R is slanted to the right, and the alignment appears here in the signature. The alignment is convex, and then the proportion of the signature is that the signature is big, and then the next one is small, indicating that the signature is not balanced. And then now we are going to the stroke structures or characteristics. Now the number 1, the stroke characteristic appears the initial stroke of the letter R. It forms blunt formation, and then next the second characteristic, the dominating stroke is 9.9 centimeter, and then as you can see it has poor line quality. Then here in the back part of the letter R, the third characteristics, as you can see, then now the V formation of the characteristic number 4. The V formation appears to be at the near top of the buccal nut of the letter R. And then here in the 5 characteristics, as you can see, the shoulders of the letter R appears to be in an angular formation because it is pointed to the right. And then here in stroke characteristic number 6, as you can see, as you can compare in other signature, for example, signature number 1, here in the standard number 1, it has the pen leaf, and then here in the stroke characteristic number 6, it has no pen leaf. Then we may now move on to the stroke characteristic number 7. The stroke characteristic number 7 has 6 shoulders and it has an angular formation. And then here in the stroke characteristic number 8, the foot of the right wing also has the same 6 foot total. And then in number 9, the end of the right wing forms a flying finish or a diminishing stroke. And then here in the second right wing, the shoulders of the number 10 has 5 and then in the stroke characteristic number 11, the foot of the right wing has 5, and then it is the same in 10 and 11, has 5 and 5, and then in the stroke characteristic number 12, it ends with a diminishing stroke due to the writer's lifting of the pen as writes. Now let us continue the discussion. Here in the standard, as you can see, I explained the standard number 5. Yes, signature number 4, and now I will discuss signature number 5. Here the movement of the signature, as you can see, is fast. And then the line quality of the signature appears to be good. As you can see, because the manner of writing is the pen is not shaky or heavy. Then in the slant of the letter R is leaning to the right, and then the alignment appears to be convex. Convex. And then the proportions, you can see it's not balanced. So you can see the signature, the writing here is wide and big, while the other signature below is narrow. Then we will now go to the stroke structure or stroke characteristics. Here in the first stroke characteristic, it forms a blunt formation. Now, in the second characteristic, here you can see the dominating stroke has 13.5 centimeter and has a good line quality. And then here in the third characteristics, as you can see in the fourth characteristics, they have irregular round formation. However, here in standard number 5, the irregular round formation is leaning to the right. Yes. And then here in the stroke characteristic number 4, the deformation of the letter settles near top of the buccal nut. And it is the same in the characteristic number 4. And in the stroke characteristic number 5, the shoulder of the letter R appears to be wide. And then in stroke characteristic number 6, there is no pending. And in the shoulders, we move now to the shoulders of the writing. The shoulder appears to have 6 and it's an angular formation. And then the foot of the writing has also 6 total. And then as you can see in the writing, the stroke characteristic number 9 ends with a diminishing stroke. Then in the stroke characteristic number 10, the shoulders of the writing has also 6 in total, and the foot of the writing also has 6. And then the last characteristic, it ends with the flying finish or a diminishing stroke.
For the standard 6, for the movement of the signature is fast. So as we observed from the initial stroke until the terminating stroke, it is also the same in the standard 7. We observed that it is fast because of the not equally yung kanipis or yung kanya sulat niya. For the line quality, the line quality of standard 6 is poor. It is also the same in standard 7. As we observed, the ink of the standard 6 is not the same, so we call it as poor. Also, it is the same in standard 7, as you can see in this. And for the slant, the signature 6, which is the standard 6, is leaning to the right. As you can see in this, it is leaning to the right. It is the same in standard 7, leaning to the right. And in the alignment, the signature appears to be convex. Parang yung convex is paganon. Shape parang letter U. Pares rin sa standard 7. And sa proportion, not standard 6 and 7 is not proportioned. Pares sila na hindi proportioned. And sa punta naman tayo sa stroke structures. The letter R of in standard 6, parang letter R siya. The initial stroke forms a blunt. Magmula dito, standard 6, blunt. Pati rin sa standard 7, it is also blunt. And for the length and line quality, the standard 6, the length of the dominating strokes is, we measured it at around 8.8 centimeter and has a poor line quality. We measured this 8.8 centimeter, and as I said earlier, it has a poor line quality. For the standard 7, the length of the dominating stroke, length niya from dito hanggang doon is 8.1 cm and has a poor line quality rin. And sa letter R pa rin, number 3 na structure is back part of the letter R forms a semi-rounded circle. Ito, semi-rounded sa standard 6. And sa standard 7 naman, rounded siya. Forms a circle siya dito. And sa letter R V formation, ito. Sa standard 6, the V formation settles near top of the buckle nut. Itong nag-VN niya, naka-form siya sa top of buckle nut lang dito. Sa standard 7 naman, top of the buckle nut, it forms top of the buckle nut, mas mataas siya. And sa shoulder naman, shoulder of the letter forms an angular formation. Ito. Sa standard 6, angular formation. Tapos sa standard 7, semi-angular. Forms an semi-angular formation dito. Standard 7. And tapos sa pen leaf, about sa pen leaf. Dito sa standard 6, there's no pen lift. There's no pen lift here in standard 6. It is also the same in standard 7. But there is a pen jump here. There's a pen jump. As you can see in the signature, there's a pen jump. And and to the shoulders, the writing has 6 shoulders in our angular formation. There is a 6. I think 6. Wait. 6 shoulders dito. Tapos sa standard 7, it has 4 shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 shoulders lang siya. Tapos sa foot naman, dito, foot niya. Sa standard 6, the signature has, the writing has 6 foot. Also in standard 7, it has 6 foot also. And sa pen lift, the writing ends with a diminishing stroke. In standard 6, it has a diminishing stroke. As you can see in standard 6. It is also the same in standard 7. It has diminishing stroke. And sa number 10, sa standard 6, is the writing has 5 shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shoulders siya. And sa standard 7, 6 naman siya. 6 shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And sa terminal stroke, in standard 6, the terminal stroke is a diminishing stroke. As you can see in the signature, it is a diminishing stroke. It is also the same in standard 7, diminishing stroke siya. Both standard 6 and 7 has a diminishing stroke. As you can see in the signature, panipis yung last na sulat niya.
Let us now proceed with the standard document number 8. So, in discussing this, S8 will be referred to the signature. So, here let us first describe the movement of the S8. So, the signature, it has a fast movement because of the irregular thinning and thickness of the stroke. So, there are no consistent thickness or thinness of the stroke. Next is the line quality. The line quality is very poor due to the continuity of the strokes are not the same. They are faded, they are thick, they are thin, and there are more parts are diminishing. So next is the slant of the signature, or the S8 is leaning to the right. So leaning to the right. Next is the alignment. The alignment of the signature of the S8 is convex because it is going outwards. Next, the proportion. The proportion is not proportional due to the sizes of the different parts of the signature. The letter R being the biggest, and the third writing is the second biggest, and the smallest is the second writing in the signature. Next, let us now proceed to the stroke characteristics. So first, the number 1, we can see that the initial stroke of the signature is forming a blunt stroke. So it starts with the blunt stroke going upwards. Next is the dominating stroke, in which the measurement is 8 centimeters, and the line quality is very poor due to the fading parts of the dominating stroke. Next is the rounded part of the back part of the letter R. So the back part, if you can see, it forms a semicircle, but it is not hanging to any direction. It is vertical in terms of slanting. So you can see that there is a straight formation of the round part. Next is the V formation. The V formation again settles far top of the buccal nut. Next is the shoulder of the S8. If you can see that the shoulder is rounded, however it is narrow. So the shoulder is narrow rounded in the characteristics. Next is the beginning again after the pentlift. The beginning of the pentlift starts with a blunt stroke. Then next is the shoulders of the second writing, is 7 in the numbering. So if we count the shoulders again, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 4 in shoulders. The next is the foot, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6 foot in the second writing. Next is the end part of the second writing. Here, as we can see, that it ends with a diminishing stroke. And next, number 10. If we count again the shoulders of this writing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 shoulders. Then next is the foot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6 foot in total. Next is